So this is a video on what I've been doing for my brine shrimp. So you can use a net and strain them through, rinse them out, that sort of thing. But I actually found that to be difficult because I kept getting them caught in the net, and I kept getting eggs. So what I've been doing is I take just a 3cc syringe, stick it in my hatchery, and pull it out. So you can see it's got quite a few in, and they're all throughout the syringe. And what I do is I just drop my hand around it and leave just the tip out, and I sit there for just a minute or two. Make sure you have a light on. The brighter the better. I usually do this next to my aquarium fish light so that it's a bit brighter. And if I can get it to focus in there, you can see that tip is starting to turn orange. That's all the brine shrimp moving out of the dark, where my hand is making the rest of the syringe is dark. So they're all moving down to that tip. So, I mean, it depends, but you can see if I move that away, you can see how they've all started moving down there. You could also probably put it through a box and have a hole so that just the tip sticks through if you wanted to do several at a time. So I'm not going to do it the whole time, but once they're all kind of concentrated in that tip, what I do is I drop just the tip. See how that's all bright orange? I drop the tip into a different container. So that is a really concentrated amount of brine shrimp. And if you hold it up this way some, your eggs will float to the top of the syringe, and so you will get fewer of those as well. You can do it again. You saw how it was more clear, and now it's turning more orange. So you can do another drop. So you can see it's pretty clear. Got my hand around there. Hopefully this is in focus for you guys. It's a little bit hard to tell on the screen. So I'm going to put one more drop in there. So now you can see my syringe has quite a bit few. I could get more if I wanted to do time. But so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do just a little bit of water. And I'm going to dilute them down a little bit. Swish them around. You can see there's the brine shrimp in there. And then I'm going to get my syringe, and you can put the ones that are still in the syringe back in your hatchery if you want. If you don't get them all, I'm going to suck these guys up, and I'm going to do the same thing. I usually do this 3 or 4 times, so that way I have the salt water that they were originally in is diluted down, so that they're in almost entirely fresh water. And then the last group that I do, once they are concentrated, so we'll say that they've all swum down to that tip. Actually, they're going pretty fast. So once they swim down to that tip, and you can see how fast they move. I mean, I just sucked them up and they're already hanging out down there. So we do, one drop already fell in, but we'll say that, you know, they were concentrated. We do a couple drops there, and I get my water conditioner, and I put a drop in there, and then I add water from my tank, and dilute that down, and then that very last set of drops that I collect is what actually goes to my little axolotl babies. So you end up with a really concentrated amount of brine shrimp that are diluted down in water that is tank water that's treated, and it's not salty, but you don't have to mess around with you know, nets and that kind of thing.